In a world obsessed with sharing every fleeting thought and experience, it's easy to forget the power of discretion. Social media platforms encourage us to broadcast our lives, from the mundane to the extraordinary, often blurring the lines between what should be public and what should remain private. This constant sharing can lead to a loss of personal boundaries and a diminished sense of self. The ancient Stoics, those masters of self-control and inner peace, understood the importance of keeping certain things close to the vest. They believed that not every thought or experience needed to be shared with the world. Instead, they advocated for a more measured approach to communication, one that prioritized inner reflection over external validation. They lived by the maxim, listen, look, be, a call to observe carefully, reflect deeply, and act with intention. This approach encourages us to be more mindful of our surroundings and our inner thoughts, fostering a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. By taking the time to listen and look before we act, we can make more thoughtful and deliberate choices. This philosophy, as relevant today as it was centuries ago, reminds us that not everything needs to be broadcasted. In fact, there is great value in maintaining a sense of privacy and discretion. By keeping certain aspects of our lives to ourselves, we can protect our inner peace and cultivate a sense of mystery and depth. Quiet. The ancient Stoics believed in the power of prudence and the wisdom of silence. They understood that silence can be a powerful tool for self-preservation and personal growth. In a world that often values noise and constant activity, the ability to remain quiet and composed can set us apart and provide a sense of calm and clarity. They knew that true strength wasn't found in shouting from the rooftops, but in the stillness of self-reflection. By turning inward and examining our thoughts and feelings, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our motivations. This self-awareness can lead to greater emotional resilience and a more grounded sense of self. This commitment to discretion wasn't about hiding from the world, but about cultivating inner strength and wisdom. The Stoics believed that by keeping certain things private, we could better focus on our personal development and growth. This approach allows us to build a strong foundation of self-knowledge and inner peace. They understood that some things we think or experience should be kept private and should not be shared with others. This includes our deepest fears, our most personal aspirations, and our inner struggles. By keeping these things to ourselves, we can protect our inner world and maintain a sense of control over our lives. The Stoics recognized that our inner world, our thoughts, struggles, and aspirations were sacred ground. They believed that by keeping these things private, we could better nurture and protect them. This approach allows us to maintain a sense of integrity and authenticity in our lives. Sharing these too freely could diminish their power and impact. When we share our deepest thoughts and feelings with others, we risk diluting their significance and losing our sense of self. By keeping these things private, we can maintain their potency and protect our inner world. In this era of ubiquitous media, where society seems to demand we document our every move, the idea of keeping some things to ourselves seems almost revolutionary. The constant pressure to share can lead to a sense of overwhelm and a loss of personal boundaries. By choosing to keep certain things private, we can reclaim our sense of self and maintain a sense of balance in our lives. But it is in these quiet spaces, away from the noise and judgment of the outside world, that we often discover our greatest strength and clarity. By taking the time to reflect and turn inward, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. This inner clarity can provide a sense of direction and purpose in our lives. This video will explore 7 key elements that, according to Stoic wisdom, we should keep to ourselves. These elements are designed to help us cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience, allowing us to navigate the challenges of life with greater ease and confidence. By cultivating this inner sanctuary, we create a foundation for a more resilient and fulfilling life. This approach allows us to build a strong sense of self and maintain a sense of balance in our lives. By keeping certain things private, we can protect our inner world and nurture our personal growth. The first Stoic secret to living a fulfilling life might surprise you. Refrain from speaking negatively about yourself. This isn't just about avoiding harsh words or criticism, it's about fostering a mindset that nurtures and supports your inner self. The words we choose to describe ourselves can either build us up or tear us down, and the Stoics understood this deeply. This goes beyond simple positive self-talk. It's about cultivating a deep and unwavering self-respect. When we speak kindly to ourselves, we reinforce our own value and worth. This practice isn't about ignoring our flaws or pretending we're perfect, but rather about acknowledging our humanity and treating ourselves with the same kindness we would offer to others. The Stoics believed that how we treat ourselves, even in the privacy of our own minds, has a profound impact on our well-being. Our internal dialogue shapes our perception of the world and our place within it. By maintaining a positive and respectful inner voice, we can navigate life's challenges with greater ease and resilience. This principle forbids saying negative things about yourself. It encourages us to be mindful of our self-talk and to consciously choose words that uplift and empower us. This doesn't mean we ignore our mistakes or shortcomings, but rather that we approach them with a constructive and compassionate mindset. It means consciously choosing to silence that inner critic who delights in pointing out our flaws and shortcomings. This inner critic can be relentless, but by practicing self-compassion, we can learn to quiet its voice and replace it with one that is more supportive and encouraging. We all have moments of self-doubt, but the Stoics urge us to meet these thoughts with the same rationality and discipline we would apply to any external challenge. By examining our self-doubt objectively, we can understand its origins and address it in a way that strengthens rather than diminishes us. This Stoic principle protects your self-confidence and takes care of your well-being. By fostering a positive self-image, we build a foundation of self-assurance that can withstand the trials and tribulations of life. This isn't about arrogance or self-absorption, but about recognizing and honoring our intrinsic worth. When we constantly berate ourselves, we erode our self-worth and create a breeding ground for anxiety and despair. Negative self-talk can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, leading us to believe that we are unworthy or incapable. By breaking this cycle, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and a more hopeful outlook. By choosing to focus on our strengths and potential, we cultivate a more resilient and optimistic outlook. This doesn't mean ignoring our weaknesses, but rather balancing our perspective to include our capabilities and achievements. This balanced view helps us to approach life with confidence and a sense of purpose. Remember, the goal is not to become blindly self-absorbed, but to treat ourselves with the same compassion and understanding we would offer a valued friend. This means being patient with ourselves, forgiving our mistakes and celebrating our successes. It's about creating a supportive inner environment where we can thrive. Just as we wouldn't tolerate someone constantly belittling a loved one, we must learn to defend ourselves from our own negative self-talk. This requires vigilance and a commitment to self-care. By standing up to our inner critic, we affirm our right to be treated with dignity and respect. This practice of self-respect is essential for cultivating a strong sense of self and navigating the world with confidence and resilience. By treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, we build a solid foundation for personal growth and fulfillment. This is the essence of the Stoic approach to self-talk, a commitment to nurturing our inner strength and well-being. In an age obsessed with self-promotion, the second Stoic secret might seem counterintuitive. Refrain from boasting about your personal growth. The Stoics believe that true self-improvement is an inward journey, not a performance for public consumption. While it's natural to want to share our successes and inspire others, the Stoics caution against seeking external validation for our efforts. This principle, often misunderstood, isn't about downplaying our achievements or pretending we haven't made progress. It's about recognizing that true growth comes from a place of genuine self-motivation, not a desire for applause or recognition. When we become preoccupied with how others perceive our progress, we risk sacrificing the authenticity of our journey. Epictetus emphasizes that improvement itself should be a personal journey conducted for ourselves and not for the applause or recognition of others. The Stoics understood that true fulfillment comes from the process of self-discovery, not from the accolades we receive from others. When we focus on external validation, we become dependent on the opinions of others, leaving ourselves vulnerable to disappointment and disillusionment. Instead, the Stoics encourage us to find satisfaction in the quiet work of self-improvement, in the daily practice of aligning our actions with our values. This inward focus allows us to cultivate a deep sense of self-awareness and to appreciate the journey of personal growth for its own sake. We live in a world of abundance, a buffet of options stretching as far as the eye can see. But is this constant access to more truly serving us? The Stoics would argue, often it does not. This principle, championed by Musonius Rufus, reminds us that virtue is found in the balance. Think of it like training for a marathon. You wouldn't try to run 20 miles on the first day, would you? You'd build up to it slowly, respecting the limits of your body. The same principle applies to our consumption. Indulgence is not inherently evil, but when we chase fleeting pleasure at the expense of our well-being, we stray from the path of a Stoic life. This applies not just to food and drink, but to possessions, distractions, even information. Ask yourself, is this choice adding value to my life or simply adding clutter? Remember, moderation is not about deprivation, but about aligning our actions with our values. In our hyper-connected world, silence can feel like a rare and precious commodity. We are bombarded with noise, opinions, and distractions, leaving little room for quiet contemplation. But it is in these moments of stillness that true wisdom can emerge. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, famously said, "Nature gave us one tongue and two ears so that we listen twice as much as we speak." This simple observation holds profound implications for how we navigate the world. Think of the last time you were truly present in a conversation, fully engaged in listening without interrupting or formulating your response. What did you learn from that experience? When we resist the urge to fill every silence with our own voice, we open ourselves up to a wealth of knowledge and understanding. We become better listeners, better learners, and ultimately better human beings. The human mind is a time-traveling machine, constantly leaping between memories of the past and anxieties about the future. We dwell on past mistakes, replaying them in our minds like a broken record. We fret over what might be, allowing fear and uncertainty to rob us of our present joy. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, recognized the danger of this mental habit. He taught that true freedom lies in our ability to break free from the tyranny of time, to ground ourselves in the only moment we truly have control over, the present. How often do you find yourself lost in thought, disconnected from the world around you? How many precious moments slip away unnoticed as we ruminate on what was or what might be? The Stoics urge us to reclaim our attention, to shift our focus from the uncontrollable past and the unknowable future to the immediacy of the present moment. In the daily grind, it's easy to fall into the trap of entitlement. We work hard, we strive for our goals, and we start to believe that the world owes us something. But this mindset is a slippery slope. It breeds resentment, blinds us to the good in our lives, and ultimately makes us unhappy. The Stoics understood this well. They knew that gratitude was not merely a polite gesture, but a powerful tool for cultivating contentment. Seneca, the Roman philosopher and statesman, put it best when he said, "Whoever accepts a blessing with gratitude already pays the first installment." Think about that for a moment. By appreciating what we have, we are already repaying the debt of kindness. We acknowledge the effort, the sacrifice, or even the simple fortune that brought something positive into our lives. This act of recognition in itself is a form of repayment. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we possess. It reminds us of the interconnected nature of life, how we rely on others, on nature, on luck itself. This awareness fosters humility, a virtue the Stoics prized above all else. It's easy to fall into the trap of complaining. The world is full of frustrations, inconveniences, and injustices, and it can feel good, at least momentarily, to vent our frustrations, to point fingers, to make our grievances known. But complaining, like a fire left unchecked, can quickly consume our thoughts and emotions. It keeps us stuck in a cycle of negativity, preventing us from seeing clearly and acting effectively. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, warned against this very tendency. He wrote, "Very little is needed for a happy life. Everything is within you in your way of thinking." His words remind us that happiness is not contingent on external circumstances. It's not about having a perfect life, free from challenges or setbacks. It's about choosing how we respond to those challenges, how we interpret the events that unfold around us. Complaining, Aurelius understood, is a choice. It's a choice to focus on the negative, to dwell on what's wrong instead of what's right. And it's a choice that ultimately robs us of our power, our agency, and our ability to create the life we want. Practicing a Stoic approach by keeping selected aspects of our lives to ourselves can bring significant benefits. In a world where oversharing has become the norm, the art of silence is a powerful tool. It allows us to maintain a sense of mystery and depth, which can be incredibly empowering. By not revealing everything, we create a space for introspection and self-discovery. This silence is not about hiding, but about choosing what truly matters to share. It's not about becoming a recluse or withdrawing from the world entirely. Instead, it's about engaging with the world in a more meaningful way. When we speak less, we listen more. We become more attuned to the subtleties of our surroundings and the people in our lives. This heightened awareness can lead to deeper connections and more fulfilling relationships. Silence can be a bridge to understanding, allowing us to hear not just the words, but the emotions and intentions behind them. It's about choosing our words carefully, about speaking with intention, and about recognizing that silence can often be more powerful than words. In moments of silence, we can find clarity and insight that might be lost in the noise of constant chatter. This deliberate use of silence can be a form of communication in itself, conveying respect, thoughtfulness, and a deep sense of presence. It allows us to respond rather than react, to consider our words and their impact before we speak. By consciously deciding what and when we share with others, we not only protect our privacy but also develop inner strength and self-sufficiency. This selective sharing helps us to build a strong sense of self, independent of external validation. It encourages us to look inward for answers and to trust our own judgment. In this way, we become more resilient and less affected by the opinions and expectations of others. We learn to value our own company and to find peace in solitude. We learn to rely on our own judgment, to trust our own instincts, and to find contentment from within rather than seeking validation from others. This inner contentment is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It teaches us that true happiness comes from within, not from external circumstances. By embracing silence, we create a space for this inner contentment to grow. We become more self-aware and more in tune with our true selves. This self-awareness is the foundation of a balanced and fulfilling life. These 7 areas we have discussed are not just simple tips, they are signposts to a deeper, more balanced life and relationships with other people. Each aspect of Stoic silence contributes to a holistic approach to living. They guide us towards a life of purpose and intention, where every action and word is considered and meaningful. This mindful approach to life can lead to greater satisfaction and a sense of fulfillment that is not dependent on external factors. They remind us that true strength lies in self-mastery, in choosing our words and actions wisely, and in cultivating a sense of inner peace that is immune to external noise. This inner peace is a powerful shield against the chaos of the outside world. It allows us to remain calm and centered, even in the face of adversity. By mastering ourselves, we gain the ability to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy, finding strength and peace within ourselves. If you like Stoicism and are looking for a way to live better and more fully, I encourage you to try keeping a Stoic journal. This practice can be a powerful tool for self-reflection and personal growth. By regularly writing down your thoughts and experiences, you can gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your place in the world. A Stoic journal can help you to identify patterns in your thinking and behavior and to make conscious choices about how you want to live. It's a powerful tool for self-reflection, for cultivating gratitude, and for putting Stoic principles into practice. Through journaling, you can explore your thoughts and feelings in a safe and private space. This can lead to greater self-awareness and a deeper sense of gratitude for the things you have. By reflecting on your experiences and applying Stoic principles, you can develop a more balanced and fulfilling life. Journaling can be a daily practice that helps you to stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. Learn more about Stoic journaling from the film 5 Ways to Start the Day Perfectly, Marcus Aurelius' Stoicism in Practice. This film offers practical advice and insights into how you can incorporate Stoic principles into your daily routine. It provides a step-by-step guide to starting your day with intention and purpose. By following these practices, you can create a morning routine that sets a positive tone for the rest of your day. This can lead to greater productivity, focus, and overall well-being. Win your day by clicking the link in the description or comment under the film. Take the first step towards a more mindful and intentional life by exploring the resources available. Whether you are new to Stoicism or looking to deepen your practice, these tools can help you to live more fully and authentically. Embrace the power of Stoic silence and discover the strength and peace that lies within you.